It's another episode of Make Something Monday. Okay, these are the supplies needed. When you draw right on the back, when we're all done with everything, we'll use a silver pink pen. To glue everything down, we're going to use tacky glue. Does a great job. And I use small scissors like this for fine detail. At some points, I cut this in half with some curves to test out what I'm going to do. So any fine detail, I want to use a small pair of scissors. Otherwise, a plain pair like this will do just fine for basic purposes of cutting. So once you cut, this is brownish, I think it's called nutmeg cardstock that I cut with my paper cutter here that you can see, using cardstock, a sheet of that, measuring it, making sure it's the size, using the measuring tool of the paper cutter to cut to the size of the envelope, make sure it's going to fit. Okay, so I've got that. What you'll also need, a felt heart. Comes in a whole pack of them. You can get them at Dollar Tree. Whole pack of these also found in Dollar Tree, in the school section. That's in the Valentine section if they're still out. And then I also got these at Dollar Tree. These hearts, these roses. Sorry, that's the hearts. The roses here, different colors. They have a sticky thing on the back. Sometimes I leave the sticky on, sometimes I take it off. Depends on the project. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the sticky off the back of the felt, place it here, and then glue this on top. Okay, so it's going to look something like that. Then we'll glue that to here. But before we glue this down onto the card, we're going to add some embellishments. We're going to glue this beautiful piece of lace on top. Okay. We're going to place this, and these things can be bought at Walmart. The ribbon, don't ever really see ribbon at Dollar Tree. We're going to glue that to the bottom. Am I forgetting something? Maybe we're going to glue. I actually thought I was going to use silver on the bottom, and maybe I just changed my mind. I'm not sure. I was going to actually put this as a covering on the top here. That's what I was going to do. And then take this silver lining to the bottom. But there may be too glittery, too bold, funky, I don't know. And so then I cut curves, cut it in half like this to lay up across the bottom like that. And I think I'm going to stick with that original idea. We're going to do it step by step in photograph form and see how it turns out. Okay, I'm putting glue at the top of the card, placing the lace on top, pressing it down. Then I'm pulling the silver tape apart. I'm cutting the edges where the lace shows. It kind of overlaps on the card. And then I see the edge there, and I want to cover that up. So I use the glittery tape to put on top, and I fold it. That's the back of the card. And I fold it to the back of the card, pressing it down on the front over and over to make sure it stays. And then to cover that line, I thought I'll glue it and put the curvy ribbon on top. Then I decided to put the curvy glitter on the bottom, pressing it all down. There's my glitter on my glue holder. Then this heart gets some glue on the back, and I press it down in the middle of the card. Then I take the sticky off that rose, place the white heart on top, and then with the rose, I put some glue on the back, stick it down in the middle of the heart. Now you'll notice the leaf on top, I'm actually covering up the hole that's in the black heart. Putting a little glue there, showing you with my fingers that I'm
placing it there strategically, pressing it down to cover that area. Seen here in video form.
Okay, you can see the card is mostly put together. I want to show you a little trick. Put the glue underneath there. There's that hole. I wanted to show you the hole that you want to camouflage in the heart. And I position it where a leaf will cover that area. Okay. Make sure you press that in. You got to press that flower in. Don't be afraid to hurt it. You can't do too much damage. Okay, get it pressed on there. And voila, no more hole. You can't see where that is. It's just one big beautiful rose sitting on two hearts with a lace and glittery card. Okay, so there we are. See if we can sit it up. All right, there's the pretty card to give to someone for Valentine's Day. And as you can see, I really changed some ideas with it. You didn't get to see that in film. It would have been too hard and difficult. But yeah, I decided to use that cut piece in half on the bottom and the curvy to cover up some of that silvery edge, but it also gave a great blending effect, transitioning from one surface from the glitter to the lace and kind of giving it a seam, and that color just blends so pretty with the pinkish color like the rose, and it came together nicely. Now the next part I'm going to do is create just a tad bit of bling on the envelope. Okay, so I'll photograph that process and then you can see how that comes together. Okay.
All right, this is the envelope. I put some silver at the top and then a heart, and then I thought, oh, I need to put this whole thing in the envelope. Let's rearrange the envelope. So I folded the bottom half down to fit the rose, folded the sides.
Okay, to make the envelope, when I first started this project, I thought, I need to rethink this envelope because I like this sparkly on top and the heart I was creating, and I added some pink, thinking, oh, that'll brighten it up a little bit. And then I thought, wait a minute, I can't use this because I've got to change the envelope for the card to fit into the envelope. So what I did was gradually push the card in until it stopped all the way, okay, to the edge of the envelope as far as it would go in, pulling back the lip of the card or the envelope, and I'm going to glue it down here on the sides where this was sticking in. I folded them back to make room for the rose. Those I'm going to cut out, and then the top flap like this I will glue down, and then you'll see what I do from there.
Okay, I'm pulling apart the glitter tape, placing it on the envelope, pulling off the heart to put on through the back of the card. As you can see, it's set up. Then I try another color, not so crazy about it. And then I try it again, and I put a white over top of the red.
Okay, all these supplies and all this work, trying different colors, different markers to get to the final end of the project, just to see if it will happen. Let's see, reminds me of that scripture, love never fails. So let's see. Got the heart glued on, everything's attached, the beautiful rose is showing. The front, I didn't do anything to. I'm aware you probably can't mail this in the mail, but just for the sake if someone were to attempt to, I guess you'd probably want to put it in another package. That kind of makes me think maybe I could add some more detail to the front and embellish that a little bit. So maybe I'm not done with this project quite yet, but let's see if it works. Okay, got the card in the envelope. Open it up, pull it out. It's intact. The envelope looks nice. Okay, open the card. Yep, it still works. Okay, good. Okay, let's turn it over, see what that looks like. Ah, made by me for you, original work by R.C. Chambers, 2022. You always put a C with a circle either in the front or at the end to copyright it. Make sure nobody steals your work. So that's what that's about. Now, as you can tell, I started with the silver and it just didn't look right. It wasn't blending in. It was blending in too well and you couldn't see it. So I decided to change up the marker. Use this. It's got two different tips, a thick tip and a thin tip. Azure. And I use the thin tip. Did it go through to the other side? No. Great markers. Nice sturdy card. You will get a little glue mark. You can tell that's something glued there, but that shouldn't be a major problem if somebody really likes this card, right? And if it's handmade, you're giving it to somebody, it means more. So with that thought in mind, I may go in here and embellish it more, but the key, I guess, to this message for Make Something Monday is love never fails. I'm going to keep working on this till I get it just right and it'll be done. Love never fails. God bless all of you. Have a great week. Make something this Monday. Maybe a card for Valentine's Day or a birthday or for yourself, just to see what you can come up with. Maybe you can come up with something else, some other great idea, and create your own style. Okay? So make something Monday. God bless. Bye-bye. Before ending this video, I want to show you how I decorated or embellished the front of the envelope. Okay, so I did add an extra bit to the end. I turned over the envelope, and what I thought I wanted to do, I thought, okay, a white heart won't look quite right because it's just going to be all white. Then I thought, okay, I'll put red on top. Then I'll put a small white in the middle. And I thought, no, that just changes. It doesn't go with all that. So I took the white off. I put a little red one on top. And then I thought, no, it's still too red. It takes away from the beautiful, soft, peachy pink. I thought, I wonder if I should just put white back down. I don't know if this is going to work. So guess what I did? I pulled this off very carefully, carefully. And it made all kinds of noises, tearing like it was tearing apart. And I was really careful. And I pulled it all off. You can hear some of it already. And bam, it made this beautiful red-ish, peachy heart. It seems to go perfect. I'm leaving it. I love it. Looks great. So we've got this side. Turned out really well. Looks good. And then this side. And it just came together nicely. Again, love never fails. Keeps on going.